Hello, my name is Hannah Hayes, and I will be a senior at the University of Texas at Arlington in the fall studying biochemistry. This summer, I have been working under Dr. Peter Kroll to investigate reaction mechanisms during cross-linking and pyrolysis of Ceraset PVZ20 using molecular dynamics simulations. Polymer dry ceramics are used in a broad range of applications. Ceraset PVZ20 is a polymethylvinyl silazane and is one of the most used precursors for the SiC in ceramics. By using molecular dynamic simulations, we are able to investigate the reactions at an atomic level. The scheme to the right shows the different parts of the polymers. It contains both this fragment here with the silicon bonded to the hydrogen in a methyl group, as well as the silicon bonded to a methyl group in a vinyl group, which is in 20% abundance. As you increase the temperature, the SiC in ceramics are produced. The image here on the bottom shows a section of the polymer and highlights the vinyl groups here. In this image, carbon will be shown as black, hydrogen as pink, nitrogen as green, and silicon as blue. The middle image here shows two different types of cross-linking reactions that occur. The image to the right shows a polymer after pyrolysis. For this project, ab initio molecular dynamics are used for the simulation trajectories. This project started by my supervisor at the beginning of this year. Performing these simulation takes from weeks up to several months. The data that is then collected from these simulations was provided to me. I investigated the cross-linking and pyrolysis of different models in order to gain confidence in the validity of my observations. At the bottom right, one particular model of the Ceraset PVZ20 is shown. It's a cyclic polysilazane containing 30 silicon atoms, with 20% of the silicon bonding to vinyl groups. There are 6 such vinyl groups in this model. The mass of this Si30 ring model is about 1,920 daltons, which is close to the average mass reported for Jersey in 1800. This is another PVZ20 polymer that is also commercially available. The overall composition of this model is 30 silicon, 42 carbon, 30 nitrogen, and 162 hydrogen. All of these 264 atoms are enclosed in a simulation box under periodic boundary conditions. In these simulations, we first mimic a catalyst by removing one proton from each of the vinyl groups at this end carbon here. We also isolate the important atoms involved in these reactions for clarification, while animations are selections from the larger models. This first reaction seen here for a cross-linking is a hydrosylation and was observed both for a 30 Si polymer as well as a Si15 ring. The hydrogen here will interact with the vinyl group in order to form this link. This hydrogen will first move from this silicon atom to this carbon, and then this 3 coordinated silicon will bond with this carbon atom here. As you can see, the proton was first moved from the silicon to the carbon, and then this bond was formed. In this next reaction, an interaction between these two vinyl groups is shown in order to form this linkage here. As you can see, the two radicals react to form a bond between those two vinyl groups in a polyaddition reaction. For this next cross-linking reaction, the migration of a hydrogen is observed from this carbon here, this back carbon, to this carbon here. This migration is important because it shows a different type of interaction between these two vinyl groups, and it also allows for this next reaction to occur. The next reaction shows a polyaddition of an ethylene group and a vinyl group. As you can see, this ethynyl group here interacted with this vinyl group to form this type of linkage here. The polyaddition reactions seen in the crosslinking were only observed in the Si30 model and not in the Si15 ring model. This is most likely due to the fewer number of vinyl groups within this model. For these following pyrolysis reactions we observe are in the Si15 ring model, and these first two reactions that are observed are a ring opening. You will see that this bond between the silicon and the nitrogen breaks, and this hydrogen here will migrate to this other silicon atom over here. The second animation is a different process seen for ring opening, and this hydrogen here will move from the nitrogen to a neighboring nitrogen here, and this bond between the silicon and the nitrogen will break. This next reaction shows the formation of a four-membered ring where the second full coordinated nitrogen here will bond with this silicon atom over here. This next reaction shows the formation of a six-membered ring where this original four-membered ring that was shown here will break apart, and this nitrogen will then bond with this silicon atom here. This last reaction here shows the formation of H2, where this hydrogen here will interact with this hydrogen here. This project utilized ab initio molecular dynamics simulations to study the cross-linking and pyrolysis of different Ceraset PVC20 models. The three different principal reactions that were seen during cross-linking were the hydrosylation reaction, as well as two different polyaddition reactions. The early reactions seen in pyrolysis were the ring breaking, the ring formation, and the formation of H2. I will continue to look at the simulations for the pyrolysis reactions. We've already seen the indication of methane being formed, as well as a Kamado-like insertion, and we're hoping that that will be coming for you soon. I would like to thank Dr. Kroll, Dr. Sararu, and the NSF PIRE project. Thank you.